look, the new iKit XS. It's nice and sleek. Obviously you can change function. There's a valet, there's auto, where you can change the function using this dial. Economic, CO, I need to look what it is. Sport, iKit, minus and up, so going down and up. It's a good size. So this is the brain, obviously that's the loop. Goes in between your previous connection that you have on your accelerator pedal to the iKit. This is the connection from the brain to the unit itself, where you can control it. It's pretty self-explanatory. And here it will fit perfectly there. As you can see, the cable goes down, so it will probably fit just perfect in between the mirror control and the fog lights. The other option would be, with many people on the forum have been doing, the replacing this for the cigarette plug, but because of the shape of the unit, so the cable will stick down this way, so you still have to drill a hole and put the cable through, and then run the extension and the cable down here through there. You can see like my UHF cables. Pretty much I could follow the same path of the UHF cable, the antenna and the power cord. See how it goes. I'm pretty certain I kind of like it to have on my right hand side, so I can control it with my right hand. So what I've done, I just removed the two of this bit. One from here, one from there, and I probably have another one there, but it's missing. And that right there, we need to pull that out, and I'm gonna have to tie it up my cables, my UHF cables. That's for the power, and the black one is the antenna. The unit of the iKit, this go where the plug is. So can you see right there, I took it out. Let's replace that, and the same plug will connect to this side. For the time being, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I just looked as I have a bit of a space behind this panel, so am I gonna drill a hole and stick the cable in the hole and run it down. For now, I just used the opening on the fuse box right there, and just go under, close this section. So for the moment, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'm just gonna test it and keep it in this position, but maybe tied up a little bit the cable. So there's a bike at the back, which I can't see. I don't have a reverse camera. Alright, pull back a touch, so you can see the line, how much I'm using the throttle. So I'm pressing quite hard, and the car almost doesn't move. It will move gently, and I can really play slowly. This is the back my garage, this one here. To get in, I use valet and I do 3 maneuver and I jump in. Now I don't have to go inside the garage, but I need to leave the back lane. And then this is another really tight turn. So in this case, you know, just stick against the wall. Valet. So the control is really, there's a huge slack. Look, I pushing 3/4 and the car is just barely moving. Obviously I'm doing one hand, but I have all the time to basically control the car and not run against the wall. I don't have rear camera, so I just use the sensors. Here you go, and off you go. So this is a quick example of how easy and useful is a throttle controller. Look how tight it is on my left. I'm sweet on the right. Again, ballet mode, and now I just press any button. Back in eco, boom, car drives like before. High key 10. Off we go. It's going downhill, you don't even feel it, but we actually having high tide, so there's lots of soft sand. It's bumpy. Ooh, 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 bumpy. Yeah, the tide is going down, but I'm gonna stick on the left hand side. Do you like it? Oh, the funny thing, I'm still in two-wheel driving. Yeah, I'm still two-wheel drive. 4i, no differential. Off we go. That's us now. Stick on the rocks.
Take a picture of the
Okay, take a picture of the beach.
Alright, so now I kit and then effortless. There's no drama. I'm gonna stick on the soft sand. Let's go on the soft sand. Which is here. Alright. So, no
I think of Daddy's driving
drama. I'm gonna take I kit off. And we go. So normal Pajero setting, total control. My foot is fully down, completely down. It takes a while and it starts moving, and the car really wants to go into the 1 second. I'm holding soft sand. It's going, but the car is struggling.
Andy, smooth ride?
Alright, now I stop in soft sand. I hit 10 on, just take off. I mean, there's no comparison, just for me. Still, obviously, the car wants to follow the tracks. Go back in soft sand. Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm driving it, but there's no comparison. It's way easier to drive. Eco mode. It's going one hand, sorry, a bit shaky.
try an automatic. Wow. Another car. Let's go back to off again. Just normal. See you, Jojo. So with off, just a normal car. Let's try it on automatic. It just goes straight away without that I even push the accelerator. It just accelerates so fast straight away. Very cool, I want one. Why did I try? Now I want one. I'm gonna spend more money.
You know, it's great to be one of the only throttle companies, throttle control companies that are actually innovating in this space, because it's a terrific tool, and I think that every four-wheel drive and most car users should actually have one of these clever devices. So we launched the X9. This is the XS in 2018, and we had success straight away. One of the key features of our product is the 32-bit processor. A lot of other controllers on the market, they use a 16-bit processor, and the problem with that is that in auto mode, it doesn't change between the driver settings in real time. So you'll find that if you're driving in eco mode, it'll be like the least responsive mode. But then when you plant the foot, suddenly you jump into the most responsive mode. So there's no gradual changes as you drive. The Hike-It, on the other hand, we use a 32-bit processor and an IQ function that actually learns the way that you drive. So not only do you get like real-time driver setting changes with the most suitable driver setting out of 40 as you drive. So if you're on a freeway, you want to be consuming the least amount of petrol. So it'll be in the least responsive mode, because you don't need that. But as soon as you plant the foot, so say for example you want to overtake, you plant the foot, it'll jump into the most responsive mode. Now the auto IQ function learns the way that you drive. So if you're a lead foot, so if you're always driving around as hard as possible, the Hike-It controller will recognize that, and it'll change those modes like a lot more rapidly, as opposed to like a Sunday driver that takes it easy. It'll be a lot slower to change those modes. So we find that our customers that have used our auto mode compared to others, that is one of the standout functions of it, or one of the standout features.
So you reckon most of the users that will use auto mode like 80% of the time, compared to keep changing the other modes than you have in your to offer?
Well, personally, like I use auto mode because it actually works. It works a lot better than I can control it myself. But what we find is that a lot of our customers will start off using, setting their own mode, but then eventually they'll head over to the auto mode because they'll figure out how well it actually works.
Really on the manual is saying then you actually can offer the 30 days money back and lifetime warranty. So it's something, and it's Australian wide, it's worldwide? It's
worldwide. So our main markets are here in Australia and also the US. And what the lifetime warranty is a replacement of the unit if it ever becomes faulty. And our product it's a top quality product. I could probably count on one hand the amount of warranties that we've had to dish out. One in particular comes to mind where the wires actually were cut through because it wasn't properly installed. So as the guy was braking or accelerating, it was rubbing on the wire. So that was one case, which shouldn't have been under warranty, but we just replaced it over. The 30-day money-back guarantee. I could probably count the amount of times they've been returned out of 20,000 units. Probably there's not a lot of times that they've been returned. One instance was the customer thought that he was going to improve his fuel economy in a Mitsubishi Outlander, where he drove to work 2 hours each way. Said it's your car's already operating, but it's already as efficient as it's ever going to be.
Is there anything else you want to say, or like anything else any advice you have to give me to use the unit, or anything else you want to conclude with?
No, I think it's important as you've done. You've learned how to which you've learned your preferred mode. That you actually don't prefer auto mode. You prefer to have complete power there. The Hi-Kit XS, there's a few other little design features that we've incorporated. So as you mentioned, the knob, so it makes it easy to select while you're driving. You don't have to take your eyes off the road.
Yeah.
On the previous X9 model, we had an overtake function. However, we found that it wasn't all that user-friendly. So you could easily turn it on. But then to go back to the original mode that you're in, you had to cycle through.
Yeah.
So what we've done on this one, we have an on-off button, essentially.
Yeah, the launch,
We've also added in a valet mode. So what the valet mode does, it limits the RPMs. So if you drop your car off to a valet parker and you don't want them to bang your car around the car park, you can just select that and it'll limit the speed that they can go.
Yeah, no, I'm actually using quite a bit actually that the valet mode, mostly because obviously the Pajero is kind of a big car in a tight parking. It's I found it pretty useful just to chuck it in and then don't worry about it. On a location like this, for example, well, like here from Melbourne, but this is Centennial Park. It's a 30 km/h zone.
Yep.
And then to keep the car at 30, you kind of start having cramps. So you're just using valet, and then just like cruise along. And if you can press whatever you want, the car it really take off slowly and then cruise along.
We're very excited by this controller, which is an innovation. With, as I mentioned, it's nothing's changed in Throttle controller. Like we came in 2018, and we added better functionality, better performance, more features. Still nothing changed. They all look very similar. And then we've been working on this.
Did you already launch it on the market, or is you about to launch it?
No, we've received a first shipment. We've got a lot of interest because we have sent a few guys like yourself controllers for feedback. So we are starting to get a lot of inquiries. But during this week, it'll go up.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So thanks again for your time, and then I hope you have a huge success, which I believe you will. And then
thank you very much.
No worries. And then thanks for everything, and then good luck with this new product.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day, man.
Cheers. Thank you. You too.